I got a Gula. Check it out. Well, it's 4 in the morning. Gonna get some gas. Heading out to go see how this Omni. Hopefully this works out. But yeah. All right. It is way too early to do this. But gotta be back by 5. We got a 10-hour round trip or so. So here we go. And just to make sure things go right, I got my fat American cousin t-shirt on. It's great. So there's this amazing scene in Ford versus Fryer where Matt Damon, who's playing Carroll Shelby, he comes out and he has this big sign and it says, "Go like hell." And so years later, Lee Iacocca, his buddy in the movie there, well, he's in charge of Chrysler at that time, and he calls up Carroll Shelby and says, "Hey, we've got these Dodge Omnis, and we need to make something more exciting. So can you almost make something more exciting?" And he does. And these are the GLH Omni, or the Goes Like Hell Omnis. And these are just kind of an amazing little car. And I was browsing Facebook Marketplace, and I found this package deal for sale with this and a Daytona. So I decided, well, let's go check it out. And so I contacted him, a really cool dude. I really love this community. The Mopar communities have been amazing. And, well, long story short, decided to finally get him. And I really tried not to get this package. I was hoping somebody else was going to want them. But the problem with these cars is that they're just not very, very desirable in this state right here, where they're just not running and they need a lot of work and there's a lot of rust. And so, well, I guess I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to go up there, I'm going to get these, and I'm going to use them as parts to get the Rampage put together. And so what I ended up doing was just saying, hey, let's pull the motor out of the Daytona, and then I'll haul the Omni back because the Daytona is just too far gone. I don't have space for it. And I'm going to use the Omni to get the Rampage in good shape. What was interesting looking in the engine bay here is that, look at this motor here. It could be a Turbo 2 or a Turbo 1 in the Daytona, so we'll have to figure that out. But he agreed to pull it for me, which was amazing and much appreciated, and it was time to go and see what we actually got. Some wild Mustangs over here. Yeah. Little guy. Stopping off for coffee in Walsenburg, and then heading to Pueblo for the trip. Got the trailer hooked on to the Tundra. This place was cool. They were really helpful. I liked it. Thanks, you all. And just getting a little video to make sure if there's any damage, we can dispute it later, but got the toe protection too, so maybe it doesn't really matter that much. Looks pretty good. Project, right? I think this is cool. There's a guy down in Albuquerque that does cool. You a Mopar guy too? Awesome, man.
I do old muscle car stuff.
Yeah. They got a free turbo there. Trans. You know if they
probably do 140.
No,
yeah.
That's what's funny. I wonder who put that sticker on it. It's pretty sweet. Look at these seat controls.
This was somebody's hot rod at some point.
You think so?
Yeah, they moved the battery to the trunk.
Boost stage. Is that it? Is there one down there? Alright, so we'll just check out the factory sunroof now. Sweet! Oh! It has been leaking, that's for sure. That's what these do. That's what they're mostly good for. Rain entry. Filling up with gas. Let's see what we got here. Cleaning it out a little bit. Yeah, not quite as much junk in here. Turbo. Fuel injection. Filling up again. It's riding pretty good. This is like Ranchero Camino. Beer that's like marked down. This is crazy. Got some good stuff, man. Nitro Reserve. So big thanks to my buddy Brett for helping me load up and actually go down there. Tundra did a great job hauling. I was really, really impressed. It's the first time I've actually towed anything this big with this truck, and it did fantastic, even over some of those Colorado mountain passes. And it got us back and didn't even lose that many MPGs. So here's the situation. I just bought one of the wildest cars of the 1980s. It's a 1986 Omni GLH. Look at this. This little badge right here. That is the Carrol Shelby helped design this car, and it is a little bit of a monster. Hey, I'm gonna take you on a tour of this car, and it's got some really cool features. It's a turbo. Look at that, Chrysler turbo. That is pretty awesome. Little turbos hiding back there. So this is a Series 1 2.2 turbo. There was a Series 2 that came out later, and then a 2.5. And yeah, let's go over this whole car. And so as you can see, big old turbo sign. And then you can kind of see the turbo. It's right back here. That's the turbo hanging out. Not really any chance to go through it yet, but the guy I bought it from, he says it turns over. So that's, yeah, I can turn it. So that's the important part. Motor's not seized up, unlike the Rampage. It's fuel injection, which is kind of nice. It was if I understand right, it's kind of a weird little fuel injection system. It's just like a little psst, psst, psst. It doesn't go to each individual cylinder. It just does it as like a carburetor. Here's the bad news on this car, and this is why I'm not really sure it's worth trying to save. So look at this. We've got a lot of body problems. These doors right here, if we get down, we get along the side, you can see it's all dented and pimply. So all the doors would have to either be worked on or replaced. They're starting to get a little bit of rust. It's not too bad, but there's definitely some big bubbles happening here on this driver door. Getting chewy. And you know, it's not actually bad in the wheel wells, which is really shocking. Down here, it's being eaten away. And so the Rampage is just in a lot better shape. This one would take some real work here. It's weird because it's all on this passenger side. The driver's side is almost perfect. Let's come around here. Now the driver's side, look, it's not bad. It's got some little weirdness, but this isn't terrible. As best I can tell on the driver's side, there's no real rust. It's pretty good shape. You know, there's a little bit of chip paint, but nothing too bad. It's got the same problem the Rampage has. This is bent in. We've got the little GLH specific air dam. We don't seem to have the Hellas anymore. I think it's just a cheapy aftermarket. Sylvania. You remember when you could buy headlights like that? The grill here is broken. This headlight a little bit cracked, but okay. Now it's got some other normal, not Omni problems. The driver door doesn't work. Passenger back here does. Not passenger. Rear passenger, it works. I do love these wheels right here. These are just excellent. And of course that GLH right there. Only thing we're going to measure is whether this would fit on the side of the Rampage. You know, because that's the tricky bit right there. So here's the GLH specific front air dam. You can see that it's starting to come apart over here. So it's barely hanging on by a thread. Could definitely be fixed though. It's got the cool red stripe. Come around over here. Man, it's a neat looking, really cool. Has the cutout for the fog lights down there. Now, the good news is this, that the passenger side actually looks really nice. Not a problem there. And so from there we can reach across and open up the driver window and open it from the inside. It's a manual, so 5-speed, perfect. It's got an Optimus tape deck. I didn't notice that before. Cool. It says Omni, most excellent. And let's see what else we got going on here. I love this red interior. It's really cool. Yeah, we're missing the mirror in here. The assemblies are cool looking. I don't think they were supposed to be two-tone, but they've kind of become two-tone over the years. Did you know U-Hauls have this really cool feature? Check this out. So U-Haul trailer, you flip this, and then, whoa, this thing flips out so you can actually open the doors on the driver's side. It's pretty brilliant. Look at that. Brilliant. Yeah, we got the obligatory headliner falling in here. Not surprising, but less than you might think. Pretty cool. Check this guy out. Check this out. Pretty fancy. I don't know why it has two antennas though. It's got one in the front too. So if we reach in from the inside, flip the seat forward, and can open this up. Let's see what we got going on here. The window. Well, she don't work the best, but she does go down. It's not on track anymore. And let's see if we got any kind of brake situation here. Let's see. The clutch works. Oh, We actually got brakes. Holy crap. Wow. That's cool. The seats are in pretty good shape, except for there's just one hole right here, and it's kind of ripping right here. So the Rampage seats are in a little better shape, but these might be fixable. Kind of haven't decided what we're going to do with this. Fix her up, or put her in the Rampage. And, you know, either way, it's going to live on somehow. Let's see. On the speedo, it's showing 69,999. Nice. Little RPM gauge. Only goes to 85 miles an hour. That's all that weird federal laws at the time. Let's see here. So, right bumper. Got a manual. Oh, that sounds pretty rough up there. Not sure what's happening up there. Alright, look at that Optimus. I bet that was expensive back in the day. Nice. You know what's weird? The Rampage and the Omni, all of these work. They're all there. They swivel. They're not broken. I don't know how that happened. The dash is in incredible shape. That's the crazy part to me. Somehow these door panels are not held on by screws like they're on the Rampage. That seems like a nice fancy option. I don't know if they'll fit in the Rampage though. I'll have to go check it out. They look the same. I'll have to measure. Check it out. Hidden switch. I wonder what that did back in the day. That was a fuel switch. Pretty cool. Hood latch. It's not doing much right now. Look at that. We got a clutch. Feels like it's engaging. We got brakes that don't go to the floor. That's cool. One other thing to check here, that parking brake feels like it works too. Nice. This is not in great shape. Oh man, look at it slides forward. I don't think it's a built-in rest or anything. Cool. Looks like our catalytic converter's been taking a long time. We got no muffler. I guess that makes it faster, right? Boom. All right, here's the craziest thing. It's got some rust in the floor pans, but it's not completely horrific. It's kind of strange that the floor pans are sort of okay, while the side over there, I don't know what happened to it. Ain't great, but that's just what it is right there. That's some of that rust. But it's honestly not crazy. CarQuest, got a CarQuest oil filter down here. No real brand name on those. Let's see if this will come off easy. It's like a Fram air filter maybe. Cool. Neat. And here's the hood. It's in the back of the truck right now. It's in okay-ish shape. It's got the vent, but on the other side it doesn't have the, there's not a catch pan under there. And it's dented over there in a way that I think would be hard to pull. Fix. It didn't close right. So, yeah, I don't know. You can see the pretty big dents right there. It does say Dodge over there. That's pretty cool. Dodge. Yeah, see, here's the underside of the hood. It's kind of interesting. Somebody cut right there. And then I think usually there was some kind of a tray that was hanging under this thing. But yeah, the center support's been cut. That's really odd. I wonder what that's all about. Well, that's a tour of the Gola. So next we'll have to start taking it apart and see where we're at and make some hard decisions about where all these parts are going to go and what's going to happen with it. Thanks for watching.